Good evening. Good evening. In, on and gone video number 26. I've flipped it this week. I'm sitting at my desk. Normally my desk is behind me when I'm doing these. You're looking at sort of like the shed from another direction. Thought I'd flip it round a bit. If you can hear a bit of humming in the background as well, it's because I've got the heater on, because it is getting a bit cold, isn't it? Early November now. But things are going well. Things are going well. Hope you're good too. Right. In, on and gone. What's this all about for anybody who is new to the channel? I talk about what's coming into the channel, what's on the channel, and what has sold from the channel as well. When I say sold, I mean sold from my eBay shop. I talk about products that have been sold within 7 days being promoted at 2%. So really, it's me telling you what the quick sellers have been. I want this channel to be totally educational, so what I'm doing is I'm sort of like highlighting the products that are doing very well at this time of year. Acting on a bit of feedback as well for this video. The numbers of subscribers are beginning to go up quite nicely. I'm really pleased with the way things are going there. Also with that comes a few comments. And there's been some comments that the way that I present my numbers is a little bit confusing. So when I present my numbers tonight, I will go through it literally bit by bit. And also I will keep the photographs of the products on for longer and make them a bit bigger. Okay, so always look at your comments, because at the end of the day, it's what the customer wants, isn't it? And that's what it's all about. So the on section is easy. There's a link to my shop below so that you can see what is on the shop. Coming into the shop, we'll wait till later in the video for that, but I'm going to start, as I always do, with what has gone from the shop. Okay, what are these products that sell quickly? Let's take a look. First up, I always say to do this, especially in some of my recent videos, because I have been going around the house and looking for things and asking questions of myself, my wife and my children. Do you really need all the stuff that we have? If there's anything that you don't need anymore, just show it to me and we'll discuss as to whether it could be put on the eBay store or not. You will be amazed at what actually sells on eBay. Okay, so in this instance, it was a plushing cat that was 11 inches long, but it was one of my daughters and she didn't use it anymore. It was still in good condition. The tags were still on it. When I say tags, I mean the labels, and the labels were still in good condition. So yeah, I put it on and I got an offer of £7 for it. Now, what I'll do when actually talking about my numbers now, I will include postage, just so that the whole figures are given. Okay, so the buyer for this paid £10.60. Okay, because that's £7 plus £3.60 postage. I do put £3.60 on. Royal Mail costs £3.25, but I always add a little bit extra, and many resellers do this to pay for like all the packaging products that I use, such as like the bags, the tape, the boxes, the cardboard, etc, etc. But anyway, so I got £10.60 for this. Now, after postage is taken off and after fees are taken off, that leaves me with £5.55. Okay, and because there was no cost, I'm left with £5.55. That product made me £5.55, so I owe one of my daughters £5.55. Okay, that is 555% profit. Okay, so I'm hoping that that makes it all a little bit clearer. Okay, if I add the postage. There are fees on this. This was a soft toy, so there are fees on this from eBay. But if you're selling clothes, there's no fees. And there's a couple of clothes that I'm going to talk to you about as well, and you'll see that actually I don't lose as much from these products. Okay, so first one, plushie cat. Also, I've just released a video about a week in the life of an eBay reseller, like a typical week that I have, what I'm doing on each day. It's not, I don't do exactly the same things on exactly the same day each week, but it does go through sort of like when I measure, when I list, when I work out all my accounts, when I take my photos, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so yeah, I think it's a good watch. Have a look at it. Next up, I was really pleased with these. Okay, yeah, it's becoming a bit of theme, isn't it? I'm pleased about many of the things that I sell. I'm pleased if I sell something for a profit. But these ones, I got them from a shop which is notorious for charging quite high fees for everything that they have. It's quite a high price charity shop. But sometimes I like going in there, trying to find stuff that I can see a bit of profit in. And when it does come off, it gives you that little bit of, you know, you set yourself a little challenge and you've come out trumps with it. These were a really nice pair of Clark's Trigenic Gore Tex boots. Anything with those words on, Gore Tex, especially if they're coupled with the words Clark's, goes quite well. And again, especially if they're in good condition. These were a really, really nice pair of boots. I think they were size 6, but they cost me £8. And I saw £8, and I thought, yeah, they're going to go for more than £8. I was thinking around about the £15 mark. So there was a little bit of markup there for me. Okay. In the end, I was spot on. They went for £15. So I got £18.60 back for them. Okay, the £15 offer coupled with the £3.60 postage. After fees and postage are taken off, that left me with £12.26. Okay, and then take the £8 off the £12.26 that the product cost me, and that leaves me with £4.26 profit. Okay, which is a profit on the original £8 of 53%. All right, so 53% on something that sells within a week. Yeah, I'm pleased with that. If you ask any investor, would they take that? They would say yes. 50% within a week, they would say absolutely yes. So, yeah, okay. Yet again, pleased with that. That could be my new catchphrase, couldn't it? Something that I'm pleased with that. Okay, super duper. So 2 products down, 3 to go. It was 5 in all that I sold within a week last week. Okay, as you know, my holy grail is 10. Sometimes I do achieve it, sometimes I don't. This week I haven't, but hey, everything's still chugging along nicely. I'm only telling you about the stuff that I sell within a week. I don't chuck everything away if I don't sell it in a week. Okay, I do sell a lot of my stuff. Takes a bit longer than a week to sell. I'm just telling you about the stuff that has done really well. Okay, because as I say, I want to make this educational. And if I was telling you about everything I was selling, the video would be about 10 hours long. But I will do another video about, say, taking a month from 12 months ago and talking about what has sold within the year. All right, that I've done one of those before. I think I did June or July 2023, and yeah, that worked quite well. It was quite a nice video. All right, have a look for it. All right, but now we're going to talk about a pair of Camel Active lace up shoes. These are like the typical like desert type shoes, and this was an interesting one. I picked them up for a tenner. Okay, decent brand. They were in decent condition as well. The soles of the shoes, you could see they had hardly been worn. Somebody came in with a bit of a cheeky offer. It was quite low. Now, when offers come in, I suppose you can categorize them into 2 ways. It's either somebody who is coming in with a genuine offer at that price, or somebody who's coming in and lowballing you and expecting you to go higher, but they're being a bit cheeky with the low ball just to see if they get away with it. Okay, now that was this case, and the amount that this person was offering was quite low. Okay, I think they were offering £10, but with postage and everything, I would have made a loss because I paid £10 for it. So I put the offer in at £15, and what I did as well is it came up that this buyer is a returning customer. Now, that does change things a little bit. Okay, it does, because in order to grow your store, you want people to come back to your store, okay, and to keep coming back. So this is a golden opportunity for you to develop quite an honest relationship with a potential buyer for more of your products. So that's exactly what I was doing. In the end, we settled on £13. Okay, now I got back from that £16.60. Okay, after fees, £10.54. So really, I only made 54 pence on this. Okay, now as an economic sale, yeah, that's not a lot. That's 5%. Okay, however, as something to get a future customer to come back, because the messages that we were sending to each other were positive ones and good-natured ones, I'm hoping that this customer will come back to my shop and buy some more stuff. So even though I only made a very, very small profit on this, try to keep relationships positive, and also, you know, let the customer know that they are getting a bargain. Maybe message them and say, oh, that's a really nice thing you've got there for a cracking price. You know, please come back, see if I've got any more of these things in the future. Okay, it is worth doing that. Okay, because I use the travel agent principle. Okay, that travel agent, when you're starting out, you've got to work really hard to get your customers, but then the key to growth is to get the customers to come back. And if the customers come back after a good experience, that is when your growth will occur. All right, so just to reiterate there, bought them for 10, sold them including postage for 16.60. Okay, after fees taken off, that gives £10.54, which is 54 pence profit, which in percentage wise is just 5%. So not the biggest profit, but a happy customer. And sometimes that is just as valuable as, say, a 50 to 100% profit, maybe even more. This next one was a nice sale. It was a smart wool jacket, a large smart wool jacket. This sort of like it was a bit like this. It had like the gilet padding, okay, on like the body, but then the sleeves and the back were merino wool. And these are very, very popular with golfers and also people out walking as well, because it can be used as a mid-place layer. And I'm also going to include another category in this, dog walkers. Okay, it would have been a really, really good like underlayer for a dog walking jacket or something like that. Okay, the only reason I say it is because if you go out for a walk, we haven't got a dog, okay, but if you go out for a walk, there are loads of people out walking their dogs. It is something, when you're selling outdoor gear, I would say it's a pastime that simply cannot be ignored. Okay, I got it for £7, and I sold it for including the postage and everything for 25. Okay, so that tells me I took an offer of £21.40 on it, okay, to give me the 25. All right, after fees and everything taken off, it's £21.75. And then if you take the cost of the goods off that £21.75, which is £7, I'm then left with £14.75 profit, okay, which is a markup of 210%. Okay, to get that 200%, I divide the profit, which is £14.75, by the cost of the good, which was £7. Okay, so that gives me the 210 profit. All right, so yeah, that was a good find, a really good find. And it's one that I picked up, you look at it and you think, oh, yeah, that looks nice. And it's purely based on the material that it is made from. All right, by now I know what the wool feels like. So if I feel the wool, I'll always check the label to see what type of wool it is. I'm pretty good now at identifying it before I check the label, but always check the label just to make sure. And yeah, material wool sells well, very well. So this one was a good one. Oh, right, last product. Okay, and this is take 3 for that last product. a pair of mishmash jeans. Okay, now this is a brand that I haven't really sold before, but I came across them and they were £1.50, so I was going to give it a go. All right, now I've heard of them before, but I wasn't really aware as to whether they were still considered a decent brand. So I did a bit of Google research on the comps. Sorry, I keep saying Google. This is why I'm doing takes all the time. It's eBay. I did a bit of eBay research on the comps. Okay, seeing what had sold before, and they were selling for about between 15 and 20 quid. So it's £1.50, 15 to 20 quid. I'm happy with that. Okay, there's a good markup there. Okay, in the end, I took an offer of 9. Okay, and with £3.60 added on to that, that comes to £12.60. All right, now fees taken off is 0 because at the moment clothing is selling without any fees. Okay, so from that £12.60, you take the postage off. But remember as well, with some of these, that because I promote it at 2%, that could mean that you've got to pay a little bit extra when the product is sold. Now, I did say that you could pay, because it all depends on where the buyer finds it. If you promote at 2%, think of it like this. If a buyer types in mishmash jeans and finds my jeans by typing in the name, and it comes up on the screen, the buyer has looked for it, and then if they buy it, then there will be no promotional fee applied. Okay, because the buyer has found it. It's just on the eBay store and it's been found. If the buyer is on eBay and is browsing through the selections, I have paid them 2% extra to maybe kick my mishmash jeans up the list a little bit. Or eBay could put it on one of their sister sites as well, or could promote it on Google. Okay, if a buyer comes across it that way, then you do pay a little bit extra, and that's what happened here. All right, so in the end I ended up paying £12.60, take away the £3.25 for the postage and then the promotional fee. Okay, left me with £9.05. So £12.60 minus £3.25 is £9.60, £9.35. All right, and then because I got £9.05 back, the promotional fee was 30p. Okay, now I was left with £9.05p. All right, after this, maybe the person that did message me and say your costings are a bit confusing. Yeah, it confuses me sometimes. But anyway, that's what I was left with. I would say to you, to really become, if you're really thinking seriously about starting eBay, become familiar and familiarize yourself with its fee structure and the postage costs. Okay, because they're really important that you know and understand these. I was left with £9.05p, as I said. All right, so take the £1.50 off that £9.05p, and that leaves me with £7.55 profit. Okay, divide that £7.55 by the £1.50 that it cost me, and that gives me a markup of 503%. Super duper. Okay, so these were a good find. All right, pleased with that. Right, okay, so that's all 5. All right, in all, those 5 cost me £26.50. All right, I got back on those items £59.15. Okay, for a profit of £32.65. Now, that gives me an average markup of 265%. The way I work out my average markup is all the percentages that I've told you, I add them all up and divide it by 5. All right, but really it is the product that you should be looking at. The brand, the type, the material that it's made from, all of these things are so important. I hope you're enjoying the longer pictures being on the site or on this video. And yeah, because I used to have them just coming in from the side and then holding them there for about between 4 and 8 seconds. Okay, this time I'm going to try and fill the screen up. Believe me, I've never actually done it before in any of my videos, but I'll sit down with the movie maker and work out exactly how you do this. Right, that's enough for me telling you about what has gone. We now need to find out what is coming into the store. That is the last part of the video. Okay, watch on and find out. Okay, so let's see what's coming into the shop, shall we? You can see the weather is on the turn a little bit, isn't it? And yeah, I could get away without wearing this hat, but you know, it is cozy. I like it. I like a good hat. So these come on pretty much as soon as the temperature drops below 10 degrees. Anyway, also just done a bit of a charity shop run this morning and added a bit to my November charity shopping video, so look out for that. This time I've remembered to put my glasses on. Had a bit of a problem this morning. I went out, forgot to put my glasses on, and reading stuff was difficult, put it that way. I had to take photos of like serial numbers on DVD players and then make the photo bigger. So I got round the problem. All right, always solve the problems. Anyway, I'm going to start the in section with a nice pair of Adidas Aero Ready running shorts. Now, when I pick up stuff like this, I do pick up a lot of active wear because that is, ideally, that's what I want to niche down into. It is something that I really do keep an eye out for. And if I can pick some up that's just a bit different to what you would get normally, this is certainly something that fits that category if you actually look at the print on this. They're Adidas Aero Ready. They're a medium size. Okay, you can see there's the Aero Ready logo, and as well, can you see the pyramid is also made out quite large on the back there. These are a pair of 5-inch running shorts, and another thing that I always look out for with run shorts is, has it got a key pocket? And this one has. Okay, you've either, a pair of running shorts is absolutely useless if it doesn't have a zip on its pocket or it doesn't have a key pocket, because these have got just normal pockets in. Okay, there's no zip. There are pockets in them, but there's no zip on them. Yeah, if you do need to put a key in, there is a key pocket there as well. So yeah, nice. These are nice. These are nice. I'm glad that I picked these up, and I'm pretty sure that they will make a profit. I picked them up for £4.50. I'm going to put them on for between 8 and 10. Probably start at 10, see what happens, but then take offers any lower than that. So that's a good start. Next up, it's a pair of Marks and Spencers again. Okay, pair of navy trousers. Okay, but these ones are performance suit trousers. They're 100% wool, and they are 38-inch waist, 33-inch leg. Now, you got to think to yourself, how many people, how many blokes would have a Marks and Spencer's performance suit that's either navy or black? I would say that that's probably a very, or grey. Very, very popular colours for suits. Okay, maybe there's one pair of trousers that they're torn or something like that. These, okay, ideal replacement. Okay, if you to replace these brand new, you're talking between £40 and £50. All right, so considering that I picked these up for £4, there is a little bit of play there. Okay, they're in fantastic condition. I always check that they're in good condition, and that they haven't been altered or anything like that. Look, there's the bottom of the trouser. It's not frayed. There's no rips, there's no tears, there's no bobbling on these. These are a nice pair of trousers, okay, because they're designed to last. So if anybody has sort of like got a rip in it, and they might be thinking, oh goodness me, you know, because if they've got the jacket that goes with these, all right, then you know, the demand for having something like this will be high. Also, people that don't wear jackets or just want a pair of decent work trousers, okay, these would fit the bill definitely there. told you how much I bought them for, didn't I? But I didn't tell you how much I was going to put them on for. Okay, those Marks and Spencer's wool trousers, I got them for £4. Probably put them on for between 12 and 15. See what happens there. Next up, baby carrier. Okay, still in its box. Box is a little bit bad. It's not like a perfect box, but and it's also taped. So I think the person who's owned, so it's not brand new, the person who has owned it, okay, has put it back into its box and made that donation to the charity shop. So I'll cut the tape and actually have it out for the photographs. But these are things that sell, because if you think a baby carrier brand new, you're probably looking at north of £35. All right, and they are useful things. All right, I've checked inside this, everything's fine in there. You know, there's no rips, there's no tears in it. It's all working fine. All of the clips, there's no broken clips on it or anything like that. So considering I'll pick this up for a £5, I could probably put this on at 15 and probably make some money there. Okay, won't be a huge amount of profit. All right, you're probably looking at between about 50 and 100% if I take an offer on it. But these things do sell, and do sell quite quickly, because people want them and know that in the pre-used market, you know, as long as all the clips are there and as long as all the stitching is good, it's going to work just as well as a brand new one. So yeah, there's a big market in these, and I'm pleased that I picked this up for a £5. Okay, there's profit there. Pure new wool. Okay, lovely feel, lovely, lovely, lovely. This is a Daniel Hector pure new wool quarter zip jumper, and I'll tell you what, it is in absolutely gorgeous condition. All right, really, really nice. No rips, no tears on it. The places to check on jumpers like this are under the arms and at the back of the neck. Okay, now the wool in these three places is just the same thickness as it is all throughout the jumper. So that says to me that this has not been worn very often, because it hasn't been washed very often. The reason why these things go in the armpits and behind the back of the neck is because when they're being washed, even on a wool cycle, the wool becomes heavy, and so what it does is the whole thing begins to pull away from the weakest points of the jumper. The weakest points of the jumper being under the arms and at the back of the neck. So that is one thing to look out for when looking for these. This is a really, really nice one. The neck on it is a little bit higher than normal as well. It looks quite stylish when it's worn. It's just a bit too big for me. Otherwise I would be having this. But yeah, really, really nice Daniel Hector pure new wool jumper. Okay, there we go. Next up, Jack & Jones jeans. Now, I've mentioned these before. I like this brand because it sells, and it sells quite well, and you can normally source them at a decent price, and the demand that it creates, so if you do put them online on the eBay store, you normally get watchers pretty much straight away. All right, it's a brand that does well. Again, you've got to think to yourself, I picked these up for £4. Brand new, these would be northwards of £30. So there's a big play there. There's a big markup that you can work with. I got them for £4. I'm probably going to be putting them on for about 12. Might go for that price, or somebody might come in with an offer of say like 10. So normally you can double your money on these, okay, if you source them properly. But these are a pair of slim Glen jeans, okay, and they are a decent size as well. And when I say a decent size, a 36 waist and a 32 leg. I usually go down to 32, okay, a 32 waist. That is usually the bottom that I will do, purely because of demand. All right, most blokes who would buy a pair of jeans like this, their waists would be over 32 inches. There are some that are like 30 inch or 28 inch. You're going into much, much thinner Okay, I can't really I can't really change the way that I talk about it, can I? This is the average waist size of the typical British gentleman. So therefore, the demand for your product is going to be there. And why would you get a product when the demand for it is going to be low? You are running a business. Okay, so yeah, that is one thing to look out for when getting trousers. Always look for the waist size, and you know, make yourself aware or do some research. What is the typical waist size of your average man or woman? Okay, and then that will help you actually come to a decent conclusion as to whether your product will be looked at a lot or not, because it purely boils down to demand. And if somebody is a 32 waist, they're not going to look at 36 waist jeans, are they? You know, not unless they can put the effort in to make them smaller, and they're not going to do that. All right, they're not going to do it. So nice pair there of jeans. Now, I've said before about looking at the price of things in charity shops, and if things are a little bit higher than what you would expect, at least do your research. Find out why they are higher, because then it could be that they are of a higher level of desire and go on eBay for a lot more. I'm hoping that this or these are one of those products. These are Converse All-Star. Okay, classic thing on the side there and the classic print on the bottom, okay, along with the All-Star logo there, but they are rubber. Okay, they're made of rubber, so that makes them a bit different, a bit quirky, and as well, green could be some gardening shoes for the extremely style conscious. All right, there's the other one there. All right, these are a UK size 7. Good wear left on the soles there, a good tread still there. We've got the backs there, that's looking really good, and you've got the classic All-Star logo as well there. Okay, lace up, high tops, but made, you can hear them squeaking. Okay, made of rubber. All right, so that is a really nice pair of Converse. Now these were 12 quid, so that's why I'm saying, you know, normally if they were just a normal pair, say just a pair of black Converse high tops, I wouldn't touch them for 12 quid. But the rubber ones, slightly more unique, maybe slightly more desirable, I don't know, but I'm prepared to take that punt. Okay, on eBay I've seen these on at between 25 and 30 pounds. I'm going to put them on between 20 and 25. Okay, also these are hotters. Okay, hotter boots. You can see there, hotter comfort and concept. All right, these are hotter indulge and not warm. Okay, so I've got a pair of hotters here in fantastic condition. There's the other one. Okay, and they cost me a £5. All right, so that is really good news. 7.5 UK size. What I'm finding with the hotters that I put on is that I am getting return customers. People who have bought the hotters, seen that they're in really good condition. All right, and so therefore have a look at my store. All right, maybe they watch my store, because there is something that you can do in terms of you are the favourite. I can't remember exactly what it is, but you've got the facility on eBay to either favourite the store or watch the store if you're liking the sort of things that these people are getting in. Those, all right, look, these have got winter written all over them. Nice pair of hotter winter boots. All right, and these sell. Hotter are a hot brand if you can pick them up for a decent price. You're talking 50 quid and above for these brand new, and they are brand new, and I picked them up for a £5, and I'm going to put them on at well under £50. Probably boot like this 15. All right, that's what I'm going to put them on at. All right, so 2 nice pairs of boots there for your perusal. Next up, football sales. This is a nice Macclesfield FC Stealth Gymnasium top. Before I put this on, I will do the research into what year this was, because what that shows, it shows the buyer that you care. It shows the buyer that you've put the effort in to categorize and look at their team and make it easier for them to find. Okay, I could just put this on as just Macclesfield FC and not bother to come up with the year. But if you just put this, just hang this up, take a picture of it on Google Lens, it will come up with the year. That little bit of research, which will probably take about 30 seconds, does mean a lot. All right, this is an aero ready as well, and it's a medium. All right, for some reason there's a lot of Macclesfield FC stuff around in our local charity shops. I don't know why. This morning an offer came through for a pair of tracky bots that are Macclesfield Adidas. I'm pointing to this box here because this is the box that they're in. Okay, so I'll be doing them. But yeah, strange. But as I said, it doesn't really matter whether it's Man U, whether it's Arsenal, or whether it's like Newport County or Macclesfield. The team that you support, there will always be a following for all British teams. And obviously there's going to be more Man U stuff, but there's more people looking for it. So the amount of demand that exists for each and every team is pretty much in line with the amount of stuff that's actually on there. So the Manchester United stuff will probably sell in the same time frame as the Macclesfield stuff. It's worth doing. All right, I picked this up. How much did I pick this up for? I'm looking at it. I picked this up for £4. All right, I'll probably be putting it on for about between 10 and 12. All right, because this, if you think about it, a Macclesfield fan would wear this to match days. All right, and also a Macclesfield fan would wear it when they're going to play their five-a-side football. So out or down the gym. All right, there's a lot of times in which somebody who has an allegiance to a football team would wear a top like this. So the demand is there. Next up, VTech. My little laptop. These things sell. Okay, they're good. They're good for selling. And what you've got to look at as well is, do they come with everything? And can you see there? These work with little cards, and there's like a storage place for the cards underneath, and you slip the cards into the top here. And then there's, if you look as well, can you see there's like some buttons at the bottom there, and the card has got bits that stick out, and each card has got different bits that stick out, so that's what tells the computer what card is actually in it. And they can touch the screen and they can touch the keys as well. It's good. All right, it's good. I picked this up for £4. These go for between 12 and 15, so that's what I'll be putting them on for. I'll also do a little video with it showing it working. At the moment it doesn't have any batteries in, so I can't do that, but I'm just educating you guys. This, it's not cracked, it's not split. I've checked it, it does work. All right, it's a nice little thing that educationally would work. VTech, anything with VTech on is worth picking up. Finally, Air Jordan. All right, the reason why I'm showing you this is just to remind you that each and every sportswear companies diversify. They sometimes do collaborations. They will have limited editions. These are things that sell and sell very, very well. Okay, there's a nice Air Jordan there. All right, it's a vest, it's a large. Don't let the fact that it's a vest put you off, because, you know, people go to the gym. Let me just show the decal at the bottom here. Yeah, at the bottom of the vest, there's like a stitching on there. All right, and if I was to show the whole vest, here we go. All right, just moving up nicely. And then, I can't quite get, there you go. There's the bottom bit there. Okay, so that was like a full-on panoramic view of the vest. But yeah, people would wear this to the gym. People would wear, basketball players would wear this to training. Okay, so yeah, I probably, if I put this on in the summer, it would have a higher chance of selling, but the chance of it selling now, I'm not going to say is just as high. I'm not stupid. I know it's not, but there is still a demand for vests at this time of year because of, you know, indoor activities as well as outdoor. All right. And also we're coming up to Christmas. This would make a good present for somebody as well. So there you go. There you go. That's everything that I'm showing you for this week. There are some more things going on. All right. And actually, as I'm doing the video, somebody's coming with an offer of £7 for something. And I couldn't quite make out. It said SU at the start. So I'll tell you what, I'll stop the video. I'll find out what it was and I'll let you know. Okay. I've just checked. They were a pair of Sunderland of Scotland golf shorts that I put on last week. So they will be included in an in, on and gone video because they've sold within the 7 days. I think I paid £4 for them and I've just taken an offer of £7 plus postage. So it will be £10.60. And I might be able to pack those shorts down enough so that it is below 2.5 centimetre thickness, and then that can go as a large letter. We'll see. We'll see. Might not be able to. Totally and utterly depends. All right. But yeah, so there you go. There's some live stuff for you. Okay. Somebody came in with an offer because what I see is I'm looking at my screen, and then on the side of my screen, because you might have seen me look there. Okay. You get the notifications coming in, and that notification was an eBay one. All right, so I've just accepted an offer of £7 for a pair of those shorts. All right, that will give me a markup of between 50 and 100%, which I'm quite happy with. All right, that's what I want. All right, get it in, get it on, get it gone quickly. Okay, and with that in mind, thank you for watching. All right, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. All right, you're all being great. Thank you for all of the interaction, all of the questions. The amount of people that are subscribing to the channel is really starting to go up now, which I'm really, really pleased at. You know, this is worth doing and I enjoy it. All right. Okay. Smithy out. Bye-bye.